Wax on, wax off. The Karate Kid musical has its lead, and there Daniel Larusso is our very own Gino Ochello. The 19-year-old will front the musical as it tours the UK this spring and summer before it moves on to Canada in September. Gino told us how he found out he'd landed the role.
So I found out over Christmas. I was in Morrison's. I was getting some ingredients for cooking over Christmas, and then I got called from my agent when I was at the cashier, and he's like, "Is this now a good time?" I was like, "Listen, no, I'm really sorry. Can I call you in like 5 minutes?" Started getting a bit nervous because obviously it's not normal that my agent gave me a call. Went outside to the car park, and then he told me that I was successful in obtaining the role of Daniel Larusso. And I mean, my first instinct was to tell my dad, but then I was like, how can I tell my dad without telling my mum? So I told my dad that I didn't get it, waited until I got home, and then told them together.
How did we get to this point? I mean, how did you hear about the audition process? Was it something that you were really keen on trying for? Like, where did this all begin?
So I got a message from my agent around about 2 weeks before the December break, asking if I wanted to audition for the Karate Kid the musical. And I said, hey, listen, this is an amazing opportunity, such an iconic movie, but I didn't really expect much from it. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Auditioned for it. I sent in a self-tape at first. Then a week later, they kind of emailed me and said, we'd love to see you in person. But I was already back here for my Christmas break. So I was like, well, okay, I'll fly over. So I flew over just for the day for my last audition. Went in, I went straight to the finals. And then, yeah, a week before Christmas, I found out that I had booked the role.
The musical is based on the beloved 1984 movie The Karate Kid, starring Ralph Macchio as Daniel Larusso and Pat Morita as Mr. Miyagi. It went on to become a huge box office success and spawned a franchise still going on 40 years later.
It's such an iconic movie, and I feel like no matter where you are at your point in life, I think everyone can relate to the movie in a different way. I related to it in a way that I grew up in a place where, I don't know, I didn't necessarily fit in school and stuff. So I feel like I connected to it in that way. And my parents played it to me to show me that, everyone can feel like this, and it's totally normal. It's a part of growing up. Just to remain a good person, and it's kind of about inner peace.
The original film being a favourite of Gino's father.
I mean, I was very excited, but when my dad found out, that's another story. I mean, he got me deaf in one ear. He shouted so hard. It was great to tell him because and even my parents, my uncles, and obviously I knew that it was a very well-known movie, but I didn't know how iconic it was for not their times, but people that grew up in the 80s. That's such an iconic role. So it's not a big pressure, but it is a big pressure to step into the shoes of such an iconic role, which is Daniel.
The musical premiered in the US back in 2022 and was a huge hit, and now it's the turn of this side of the Atlantic.
I mean, I've had 2 months to kind of consolidate what I'm doing and kind of let it get into my system and be like, okay, this is what's actually happening. Although I've been living in secrecy, really. I haven't been able to tell anyone until it's all come out today. So I've had time to just about get grips to it. And yeah, I mean, I start next Monday, and it's, yeah, very exciting.
Tickets for the show are available on the musical's official website, and Gino had a parting message for any other young up-and-coming performers who have a dream much like he did.
Absolutely go for it. It's hard work. There's going to be times that you're going to think, is this the right career path? Just carry on going. Be a nice person, and yeah, just work hard. I mean, you can make it. If I can make it, you can make it.